Wow, you might have just found out that a lot of your employees are parents and they have kids that now have to go to school in their own homes and they can't come into work. And even if you were remote to begin with, now they're finding themselves that they can't spend 40 hours a week doing their job. So I'm getting the question on, oh my gosh, Cindy, what do we do? Well, let me tell you about some things that you can think about. So number one is you can think about the Family First Coronavirus Act. And that's a sick pay act that actually allows them to earn 2/3 of their income for up to 12 weeks while they homeschool their kids at home. They wouldn't be working for you and they'd be getting 2/3 of their income. But get this, that income is actually paid by the federal government through payroll taxes. So if you have questions about that, let us know, but it's a way for them to not work for you for those 12 weeks, for the government to pay you to pay them for those 12 weeks, and for them to get 2/3 of their pay while they're focusing on helping their students. So that's a really good option for at least this first period of time while we're trying to figure this out. Secondly, you may tell them that they can work part-time if you can take them down from a full-time status to a part-time status. If they are on a salary, there's some intricacies of doing that, so make sure you touch base with us before you do that, because you need to move them from an exempt status to a non-exempt status, but we can help you do that. But again, you could take them for, say, if they used to work 40 hours a week, you could tell them they could work 20 hours a week, and you could actually only pay them for 20 hours a week while they homeschool their child for the other 20. What that might allow them to do is not feel guilty about all the work that they can't do for you because you're only paying them for 20 hours a week, but also allow them to feel like they can input into their child's school so that they get to keep their job that they love with you, but also be there for their family during this very interesting coronavirus time. And then thirdly, you may start offering some sort of a stipend so that they can have their kids be part of a pod or an organization that may cost them some money to do that. One of the clients in the Metro Atlanta area actually is giving $500 per student at the family for this fall so that they can enroll them in some learning classes or bring in a babysitter into their homes or a tutor or things like that. So you have a lot of different options. I know it's not the best situation. I wish we didn't have to have this situation, but since you do, make sure you look at that Families First Coronavirus Act that does give up to 12 weeks of pay. Make sure you also look at learning to give money to your client or to your employees, about $500 a month, or maybe making them go on a part-time basis or allowing them to go on a part-time basis. But whatever you do, make sure there's great communication, because what we're finding is if you don't over-communicate with your team, they will be feeling like they're not doing a good job and that you may not be interested in what's going on at home. So make sure you show empathy and you try to come up with creative solutions so that they feel like you're part of the solution. If you do that long term, they'll stay with you for a very long time, because it looked like during a very difficult time you were there for them, and we want to be for our employees, and this is just one way to do that.